With the death of his mother, Queen Elizabeth II, on Thursday, Prince Charles finally becoming the King of the United Kingdom, the oldest monarch to take the throne, and that in a lineage that dates back 1,000 years at least. Here's more about what does the line of succession look like and what next for the King Charles III.
Royal watchers are in shock after King Charles made a stunning announcement that could change the future of the monarchy forever.
King Charles has announced major changes to Buckingham Palace amid its ongoing renovation.
For years, everyone assumed Prince William was next in line, but whispers of secret meetings and unexpected decisions have sent the palace into a frenzy. Who will inherit the throne? Could Charles be rewriting history with a move no one saw coming? Stay with us as we uncover the astonishing details behind this historic royal bombshell. The future of the monarchy, King Charles's pivotal moment. When King Charles III ascended the throne following the passing of Queen Elizabeth II, it marked the end of an era and the dawn of a new chapter in British history. Queen Elizabeth's remarkable 70-year reign had solidified the monarchy as a symbol of stability, duty, and endurance. Now, with Charles taking the reins at the age of 73, he inherited not just the crown, but also the immense expectations of a nation deeply tied to his mother's legacy. However, stepping into the shoes of a monarch as revered as Elizabeth was no small feat. For decades, Charles had served as the Prince of Wales, carefully shaping his public image as a champion of environmental causes and modern ideals. But his journey to the throne was anything but smooth. His past personal controversies remained ingrained in public memory, casting a shadow over his transition into kingship. As he took his place as sovereign, he was met with both respect and skepticism, admiration for his commitment to tradition, and concern over whether he could command the same authority and unity that defined his mother's leadership. His reign was immediately perceived as a transitional one, raising questions about its duration and, more importantly, about who would ultimately succeed him. Unlike his mother, who had ascended the throne in her 20s and ruled with unwavering presence for 7 decades,
Queen Elizabeth has had quite a historic time upon the throne, marking a historic 70 years on the throne.
She took over as the reigning monarch. She was 27 years old.
Charles faced scrutiny over his age and ability to sustain long-term leadership. His every move was weighed against the legacy of Queen Elizabeth, with many doubting whether he could maintain the monarchy's relevance in an era of shifting societal values. While Charles sought to uphold royal traditions, he also recognized the pressing need for modernization. Yet, this balancing act was further complicated by his circumstances. Recent revelations about his health, particularly his battle with cancer, have only deepened public concerns. Though the palace has remained discreet about specific details, Charles's noticeably reduced public appearances and necessary periods of rest have fueled speculation about his ability to fulfill the rigorous demands of kingship. As discussions about succession gain momentum, the nation is left contemplating a future that may arrive sooner than expected. Prince William, the next in line, remains the immediate and most obvious choice to inherit the throne. However, King Charles's recent comments have stirred speculation about whether the traditional line of succession will remain intact. Could his health and age push him toward an unprecedented decision? Could external pressures force the monarchy into a shift unlike anything seen before? At the same time, the royal family faces mounting demands for reform. Calls for financial transparency, cultural relevance, and a monarchy that aligns with modern Britain continue to grow louder. King Charles has long positioned himself as a bridge between the past and the present, attempting to honor royal customs while acknowledging the necessity of change. But navigating these expectations has proven difficult, particularly as public support for the monarchy fluctuates more than ever. Every decision Charles makes now carries profound consequences for the institution's future. Another challenge he faces is securing his legacy. While his environmental advocacy, and passion for sustainability have earned him admiration.
King Charles III championed several environmental causes. He was a leading voice on issues relating to environment and climate change.
They have also led to questions about his priorities. Some perceive him as a monarch who is more focused on activism than the traditional sovereign role. Unlike his mother, whose unwavering presence effortlessly unified the nation, Charles has had to work tirelessly to achieve the same sense of national cohesion. This is why his recent announcement is so critical. At a time when the monarchy's stability is under scrutiny, his revelation about the future of the crown has sent shockwaves through the institution. This moment will define his reign, shaping not only his legacy, but also the very future of the British monarchy. With speculation reaching a fever pitch, one thing is clear: the throne's fate is now at a crossroads, the next in line to the British monarchy. But what if the future isn't as predictable as we think? Stay with us as we uncover the shocking truth about the next heir. Heir to the British throne, the next in line. The British monarchy operates under a strict set of rules governing succession, with the principle of primogeniture at its core. Traditionally, this meant that male heirs were given precedence over their older sisters. However, with time, the rules evolved, and in 2013, the Succession to the Crown Act ensured that the eldest child, regardless of gender, would inherit the throne. This reform marked a significant step toward modernizing the monarchy, yet one tradition remained unchanged. The crown must pass through the direct bloodline. This principle preserves stability within the royal family, ensuring a structured transition of power from one generation to the next. When King Charles III ascended the throne, the line of succession was reaffirmed, making his eldest son, Prince William, the immediate heir. From birth, William's destiny as a future king was clear, and his upbringing was carefully tailored to prepare him for the immense responsibility ahead. Queen Elizabeth II played a pivotal role in his preparation, mentoring him to ensure he would be ready to lead when the time came. Now, as the Prince of Wales, William stands as the face of the monarchy's future, accompanied by his wife Catherine, the Princess of Wales.
Prince and Princess of Wales are fully prepared for their roles in the new monarchy.
Together, they have worked to balance royal traditions with a more modern and relatable approach, earning public admiration for their efforts to humanize the monarchy. While William's path to kingship has been well defined, the challenge now is preparing the next generation for their roles. His three children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, are already central figures in the royal succession. As the eldest, Prince George is second in line to the throne and represents the monarchy's future. Though he is only 10 years old, he is gradually being introduced to royal duties, attending official events, and receiving guidance from his parents on the responsibilities that await him. His presence at public engagements is not just symbolic. It is a strategic effort to familiarize him with the expectations that come with being a future monarch. Yet, as society evolves, so do the expectations surrounding his role. The monarchy must adapt to remain relevant, and George's future reign will likely look very different from those before him. Meanwhile, his sister, Princess Charlotte, has captured public interest with her confidence and poise, despite being only third in line to the throne. Unlike past royal daughters who are often overlooked due to male preference succession laws, Charlotte retains her position regardless of her younger brother. She has already demonstrated a natural leadership quality beyond her years, hinting that she fully understands her place within the royal family. Prince Louis, the youngest of the three, is still largely shielded from the pressures of royal life. His playful public appearances provide a glimpse into his personality.
Louis's latest antics come just days after he stole the spotlight at the Trooping the Colors ceremony.
But as he grows older, his role within the monarchy will become clearer. While he may not hold a direct path to the throne, his presence within the royal family will still play a crucial part in shaping its image and stability. Together, George, Charlotte, and Louis represent a new era for the monarchy. one that must balance tradition with the ever-changing expectations of the modern world. The responsibility of preparing them for these roles falls on Prince William and Catherine. They must not only instill in their children the importance of duty, but also ensure that each of them maintains a sense of individuality and purpose. This delicate task is further complicated by the historical challenges that come with being the spare, a position Prince Harry once occupied with struggles of his own. William and Catherine are determined to learn from the past, raising their children with a stronger foundation, one that prepares them for both their royal obligations and personal fulfillment. But as King Charles observes the shaping of the next generation, his recent statements have raised questions about the very foundation of royal succession. Could the traditional order of inheritance be shifting? Has the king's vision for the monarchy led to an unexpected twist in the line of succession? Announcement of the next successor. But what if the heir isn't who everyone expects? Stay with us as we unravel the shocking revelation that could change royal history forever. A new royal dynamic. Is the future of the monarchy changing? King Charles's recent statement has sent shockwaves through the royal family and beyond. His words did not remove Prince William as the heir, but they introduced an unexpected twist, one that no one saw coming. For years, the focus has been solely on William and eventually his son, Prince George. But now, in an unforeseen shift, Princess Charlotte has been thrust into the spotlight. The way Charles framed his announcement suggested more than just recognition of Charlotte's role. It hinted at a possible redefinition of how the monarchy will function in the years to come. For centuries, British royal tradition has followed a strict path. The crown is passed down to the eldest child of the reigning monarch. Even though succession laws have evolved to ensure equal rights for male and female heirs, the expectation has always remained the same. The direct heir takes the throne while their siblings play supporting roles. Yet, Charles's recent statement raised eyebrows, suggesting that Charlotte's role may not be as secondary as previously assumed. But why now? What has changed that prompted the king to emphasize her preparedness for the throne? Princess Charlotte has always stood out. From a young age, she has demonstrated confidence and composure beyond her years. Royal watchers have often noted her strong presence during public engagements, where she appears poised and in control. Unlike her older brother George, who has been raised with the knowledge that he will one day be king, Charlotte's role was always seen as more flexible. However, Charles's words have shifted that perception. Could he be preparing the public for a different kind of monarchy? One where power is shared rather than placed on the shoulders of a single ruler? This idea is unprecedented in modern royal history. Traditionally, the monarch bears the full responsibility of leadership alone. But what if Charles envisions a different structure, one where Charlotte plays a key role alongside George rather than standing in his shadow? Could this be a deliberate move to modernize the monarchy and distribute its burdens more evenly among the next generation? And if so, where does this leave the youngest sibling, Prince Louis?
Prince Charles is celebrating Prince Louis's second birthday with a never-before-seen pig. And it's really just too cute for words.
The announcement has reportedly sparked discussions within royal circles. While Prince William has spent his entire life preparing to take the throne, this sudden shift in focus toward Charlotte may have caught him off guard. Insiders suggest that even Catherine, the Princess of Wales, was surprised by the timing of the statement. As a mother who has worked tirelessly to give her children a balanced upbringing, did she expect Charlotte to be singled out so soon? Could she secretly support this move, recognizing the importance of strong female figures in shaping the future of the monarchy? Meanwhile, Queen Camilla's role within the royal family is evolving as well. Having spent years reshaping her public image, she now finds herself witnessing the transition to a new era, one that places the next generation at the center. But even she may not have anticipated such a bold shift from King Charles. whose statement has forced the monarchy to confront a question it has never had to address. Could the future of the British crown belong to more than one ruler? For years, it has been widely accepted that Prince George would one day be king, following in the footsteps of his father and grandfather. The late Queen Elizabeth and his parents carefully prepared his path. However, King Charles' unexpected comments have created a sense of uncertainty. Why was Charlotte specifically mentioned? If this was simply about supporting George, why wasn't Prince Louis included in the same way? The implications of this are massive. The British monarchy has survived for centuries by adhering to strict traditions, ensuring that the line of succession remains clear and unquestionable. However, Charles's words have left room for interpretation. Was this a symbolic acknowledgement of Charlotte's growing role in the royal family? Or was he subtly hinting at a fundamental change in how the monarchy will operate in the future? If Charles is considering a more collaborative monarchy, he may be laying the groundwork for one of the most significant transformations in royal history. A monarchy where leadership is shared between George and Charlotte would be unlike anything the institution has seen before. It would introduce a modernized approach, one that could appeal to a changing world, while ensuring that no single ruler bore the full weight of the crown. But what would such a monarchy look like? Would George and Charlotte divide responsibilities equally, or would Charlotte play a secondary yet pivotal role? Of course, there is also the possibility that Charles's words were meant only to emphasize Charlotte's importance without actually changing the rules of succession. Some royal analysts believe that he was simply ensuring that she is fully prepared to take on a key leadership role within the family, much like Princess Anne, who has been a steadfast figure in the monarchy despite never being in direct line for the throne. Yet, the timing of this statement raises even more questions. Why now? Could this be a sign that King Charles is looking to reshape the monarchy to fit the modern era? And more importantly, what does this mean for George's readiness to succeed the throne? Forging the future, the next generation's readiness to inherit the throne. At just 11 years old, Prince George is already stepping into the weight of royal duty. His composed demeanor at Queen Elizabeth II's funeral proved his growing awareness of the expectations ahead. Despite the pressures, he remains a child navigating a world few can truly understand, echoing the challenges faced by his father and grandfather before him. But the future of the monarchy no longer rests on George alone. King Charles's remarks have hinted at a broader vision, one that includes his younger sister, Princess Charlotte. This suggests a shift in the monarchy's structure, one where leadership is shared rather than carried by a single figure. At 9 years old, Charlotte is emerging as the royal family's standout force. Whether guiding her younger brother Louis at events or subtly ensuring order at public gatherings, she exudes a natural authority. Her confident, direct nature has drawn comparisons to Princess Anne, who was known for her unwavering duty and independence. Charlotte's composed presence at King Charles's coronation only reinforced the idea that she was more than a supporting figure. She was a key player in the monarchy's future. Unlike past royal generations, where younger siblings often faded into the background, Charlotte's role is being actively nurtured. Charles's recognition of her capabilities isn't just symbolic. It's a sign of modernization, ensuring her leadership potential is fostered rather than overshadowed. Then there's Louis, the youngest of the trio, a 6-year-old bursting with energy and charm. His playful antics make him a public favorite, offering a refreshing contrast to the formality of royal life. Whether waving enthusiastically at crowds or stealing the spotlight with candid expressions, Louis embodies a vital aspect of the monarchy: relatability. His role may be undefined now, but his presence adds warmth and humanity to the royal image. Traditionally, younger royal siblings have struggled to find their place, often eclipsed by the heir. Yet, with George and Charlotte forming a complementary duo, Louis may have had the freedom to shape his path. More than just a charming figure, he represents the monarchy's ability to evolve, blending tradition with a modern, accessible appeal. Together, George, Charlotte, and Louis form a trio that redefines the royal family's future. George symbolizes continuity, Charlotte brings a bold, contemporary touch, and Louis adds a relatable, down-to-earth charm. Charles's vision subtly unfolds through his gestures, ensuring this next generation reflects both duty and adaptability.
King Charles with two future kings. Charles' son, Prince William, is expected to ascend to the throne after his father, and 9-year-old Prince George is also likely to one day be king.
Prince William, long aware of his destiny, has embraced this shift with understanding. He has spent years preparing George for his role, ensuring his son understands the gravity of his position. Yet, Charles's emphasis on Charlotte doesn't challenge George, it strengthens him. William recognizes Charlotte as an invaluable support for her brother, a steadying force who will share in the monarchy's responsibilities. In private, he sees her as a co-pilot, easing the weight of the crown. Amidst all this, Catherine, the Princess of Wales, remains the unwavering force behind her children's upbringing. Graceful and composed, she has dedicated herself to preparing them for the unique challenges of royal life. Charles's acknowledgement of Charlotte's significance likely comes as a welcome development for her, a sign of balance within the family. George's burden is lightened, Charlotte's leadership is affirmed, and Louis's individuality is given space to flourish. As the monarchy stands at a crossroads, one question remains. What role will Catherine and other key figures play in shaping this transformation? What will their reactions mean for the future? Stay with us as we unravel the unfolding royal dynamic. Guiding the crown. Catherine and key royals in the monarchy's evolution. Catherine, the Princess of Wales, met this shift with her signature grace and unwavering dedication as a mother. She has always prioritized preparing her children for the unique challenges of royal life, ensuring they grow into their responsibilities with confidence and balance. King Charles's remarks, which highlighted Charlotte's increasing role, likely resonated with Catherine as a way to distribute the weight of expectations more evenly among her children. For George, this adjustment may bring relief from the burden of being the primary focus, allowing him to share the responsibility rather than bear it alone. For Charlotte, it is a chance to step into a leadership role that aligns with her natural confidence and strong-willed nature. Catherine quietly embraced this transition, seeing it as an opportunity to strengthen the bond between her children and guide them collectively toward their future roles. Yet, while this generational shift has been met with quiet acceptance within the Wales household, it has subtly reshaped the position of another key royal, Queen Camilla. Charles's focus on the younger generation inevitably shifted the public gaze away from his consort. Though this shift was not intentional, it was an unavoidable consequence of the monarchy's evolving priorities. For decades, Camilla worked to cement her place within the royal family, overcoming public skepticism and controversy to stand beside Charles as queen consort. However, with Charles's reign increasingly viewed as transitional, uncertainty lingers over what her role will become in the years ahead. Should the king step back or his reign come to an end, Camilla's title would change to Queen Dowager, a position of honor but with significantly reduced influence. The king's remarks served as a quiet reminder of the monarchy's natural evolution, gradually moving Camilla away from the center of power. Though insiders claim she has accepted this reality with pragmatism, the emotional weight of this shift is undeniable. Her connection with Charlotte, however, may prove vital in shaping her continuing role. As the young princess grows into the responsibilities outlined by her grandfather, Camilla may find herself in a mentorship position, one that allows her to pass down lessons of duty and resilience. Beyond the palace walls, King Charles's statement carries implications that stretch across the Atlantic. Prince Harry, still fifth in line to the throne despite stepping back from royal duties, finds his place within the monarchy increasingly uncertain. Charles's announcement does not officially alter Harry's standing, yet it signals Charlotte's growing prominence, subtly diminishing his relevance within the royal structure. For years, Harry struggled with his identity as the spare, openly expressing feelings of being overshadowed by his older brother and being uncertain of his place within the family. Now, as Charlotte takes on a more defined role, Harry's position appears even more distant. This change may be both a loss and a form of closure, affirming his reduced role, but also validating his decision to step away from the constraints of royal tradition.
Tonight, there's stunning news about Prince Harry and his wife Meghan. They're essentially quitting the royal family.
The focus on Charlotte underscores a deepening generational divide within the monarchy. The older generation, led by Charles and Camilla, remains anchored in centuries-old traditions and hierarchical structures. In contrast, the younger royals, William, Catherine, and their children, represent a monarchy that is evolving, becoming more adaptable and inclusive. Charlotte's rise within the royal dynamic reflects a readiness to embrace change, offering a vision of leadership that is both modern and forward-thinking. King Charles's words ripple through the institution, redefining roles and shifting relationships. As the monarchy stands at a pivotal moment, it is clear that its future depends not only on preserving tradition, but also on its ability to connect with a rapidly changing world. The younger generation embodies this delicate balance, upholding royal dignity while embracing the relatable qualities that keep the monarchy relevant to the public. By preparing both George and Charlotte for the years ahead, Charles laid the foundation for a monarchy that is both resilient and adaptable. Though his statement invites discussion and interpretation, its message is clear. The monarchy's strength lies in its ability to evolve. Was the king truly setting the stage for a new era? Or it could be a temporary shift that would eventually fade into history? Let heat your thoughts in the comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe.